No data? No problem. With the lowest data rates in the country, have extra fun with SLT Extra GB.
For more details, call 1212.
Tonight, a welcome change. The government reduces fuel prices for the next month. Dayasiri in the hot seat. The parliamentarian insinuates that the Easter tags are the bidding of a foreign country. An eventful day in Parliament. No confidence motion against the government debated, with the Prime Minister yet again repelling accusations of inking malignant pacts. This Wednesday, the 10th of July 2019.
From AdaDerana, this is AdaDerana First at 9.
මුහුණ සති කීපයකට කලින් Fair and Lovely men ගෑවට පස්සේ මාක්ස් අඩු වෙලා ෆෑනස් වැඩි වෙලා.
මාක්ස් අඩු කරලා ඔයාගේ ෆෑනස් ස්ටෑන්ඩඩ් එක වැඩි කරගන්න. Fair and Lovely men anti marks cream.
Live from Studio 24 in Colombo.
A very warm welcome to First at 9 on AdaDerana's English News Service. Of course, we have a host of stories to report to you tonight, from whether the SOFA is needed to Sri Lanka's development process. But we start off with the fuel price revision as expected today. The Ministry of Finance reduced fuel prices with effect from midnight. Accordingly, petrol 92 octane is reduced by 92 rupees per litre, with petrol 95 octane slashed by 5 rupees per litre. Meanwhile, the price of a litre of super diesel is also slashed with a 5 rupee revision. The ministry, however, has decided to keep the price of auto diesel unchanged. Crude prices, however, have been on the rise, with a barrel nearing $65 as OPEC's supply cuts and Middle East tensions outweighed the US-China trade dispute that has been dragging down the global economy and oil demand. The fuel price revision comes in line with the fuel price formula introduced by the government, which sees prices revised on the 10th of May each month. Well, moving on to the PSC hearings, it was General Secretary of the Sri Lanka Freedom Party, Parliamentarian Dayasiri Jayasekara's turn today to appear before the Parliamentary Select Committee probing the Easter Sunday attacks. He was questioned heavily by members of the committee regarding a statement made during a political and current affairs program on TV Derana, which prompted suspicion as to how a certain star-class hotel did not come under attack. The parliamentarian's appearance before the committee today comes after he previously refused to do so.
දෙරණේ ඔබතුමාර 360 වැඩසටහනට සහභාගී වෙලා කියපු කාරණා ටික මේ වීඩියෝ එක මම දාන්නම්. ඒකට ඔබතුමාට ඒක බලලා තීරණය කරන්න පුළුවන්. දැන් තාජ් සමුද්‍රයකට ඇයි ගැහුවේ නැත්? තාජ් සමුද්‍ර හෝටලේ විශාල අර්බුදයක් තිබුණානේ. ඒක ගිහිල්ලා බැලුවා කට්ටිය නෑ. සහ වෙනත් නැත්තම් වෙනත් ප්‍රශ්නයක්. ඒකේ කට්ටියක් හිටියා අපි දන්නවා කවුද හිටපු කට්ටිය කියලා. ඒ නිසා ඒකට ගැහුවේ නෑ. ඒතකොට ඇයි තාජ් හෝටලේට ගහන්න නැති වෙන්නයි? තව හෝටලයකට ගහන්නයි මොකක් හරි ක්‍රමයක් තියෙන්න බෑ. ඒක අලුත් තොරතුරක්. ඒ කවුද ඒක අපි පහුවෙලා කියන්න මොකද හේතුව කියලා. නෑ නෑ ඔබතුමා කියන්නේ. කවුද ඒක ඇතුලේ හිටියේ? ඇයි ඒකට ගැහුවේ නෑ? ඒක කියන්න. මම කියන්නේ මේවා මේ විදේශ රටවල් එක තියෙන සම්බන්ධතාවය මේ තියෙන්නේ. දැන් මේකත් එක්ක තමයි අපිට දැනගන්න ඕනකම තිබුණේ ඔබතුමාගේ මේක පැහැදිලි කරගන්න. මම කියන්න කැමතියි අත වශයෙන් අපිටත් ප්‍රශ්නයක් තිබුණා. ඇයි තාජ් සමුද්‍ර හෝටලේ මේ බෝම්බේ පිපරුන්නේ නැත්තේ කියලා. මම අහන්නේ මේ නිවේදකයන්ම ඔබතුමාලම හොයලා බලන්න කියලා. මොකද හේතුව ගවේෂණශීලී මාධ්‍යයක් න ะ. ඒ අයත් දැනගන්න ඕනේ නම් ගිහිල්ලා හොයලා බලන්න කවුද මේ වෙලාවේ මෙතන හිටියේ කියලා. ඒතකොට එතන හිටියද කවුරු හරි නැත්නම් කවුරු හරි එතන පුපුරන්නේ නැතුව නිකන් තිබුණාද නැත්නම් ඒක ගිහිල්ලා කොහමද දෙහිවලපත් උනේ? ඒතකොට අතීත LTT කාලේ දෙහිවල කෝච්චිය යනවා බෝම්බයක්. හැබැයි වේයම්ගොඩ කෝච්චිය යන්නේ නැහැ. ඒතකොට අපිට හැක හිතන්න හරි පටන් ගන්න පුළුවන්. එහෙනම් වේයම්ගොඩ කෝච්චියේ කවුරු හරි ගියා. ඒක හන්දයක් නෑ එහෙමනේ අපිට මෙහෙම හිතන්න පුළුවන්. වේයම්ගොඩ කෝච්චියේ කවුරු හරි ගිහිල්ලා පුපුරව ගන්න නැතුව එළියට ගියා නම් ප්‍රශ්නේ තියෙන්නේ. එයාට උපදෙස් එනවා හරි මොනවා හරි කියලා අපිට ආවා කියලා හිතන්න නම් අපි මොනවා හරි දකින්න හරි එපා. එයා ටෙලිෆෝන් එකකින් කාට හරි කතා කරනවද? ඒ අතරේ කොහෙන් හරි පණිවිඩයක් එනවා කියලා මොකක් හරි සාක්ෂියක් තියෙන. ඒ මුකුත් නැතුව අපි කොහොමද හිතන්නේ? මෙයා මෙහෙම උපදේශක් මත වෙතරින් ගියා කියලා. මම කියන්නේ ඊස්ටර් බ්‍රෙක්ෆාස්ට් එකට කවුද ආවේ? තාජ් සමුද්‍ර හෝටල්. ඊළඟට හෝටලේ ඇතුලේ කවුද දා රාත්‍රියේ ලඟුම් ගා. මේ ගැන හොයලා බලුවොත් මම හිතන්නේ ඔක ලොකු කාරණා කාරණයක් වෙයි කියලා මම විශ්වාස කරනවා.
ඔබතුමා කියනවා අපි අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම ටච් එකෙන් අපි ඉල්ලන්න.
මම විශ්වාස කරන තත්ත්වය තමයි මේ රටේ සහරාන්ව යම් ක්‍රියාදාමයක් සඳහා කිසියම් පිරිසක් ඉදින් භාවිතා කරනවා. දේශපාලකඥයෝත් අපි දන්නවා මේ රට ඇතුලේ අද ක්‍රියාත්මක වෙන්නේ විවිධ රටවල් වල ඇජෙන්ඩාස්. කිසියම් විදේශික බලවේගයක් විසින් මේ ක්‍රියාදාමය තුළ එක්ක ආණ්ඩුව මාරු කිරීම සඳහා හෝ ආණ්ඩුව විනාශ කිරීම සඳහා හෝ එක්ක ජනාධිපතිතුමා විනාශ කිරීම සඳහා හෝ නැත්නම් වෙනත් බලවේගයක් රට ඇතුලේ නැවත බලයට ගෙනීම සඳහා හෝ වෙන ක්‍රියාදාමයක ආරම්භක වැඩපිළිවෙලක් විදිහට මම මේක දකින්නේ.
අද වෙනකොට කරලා තියෙන පරීක්ෂණ අනුව මේ රටේ ඉන්න පොඩි ළමයි පවා දන්නවා මේ සහරාන් පිටිපස්සේ ඉන්නේ ISIS කියලා. බුද්ධ්‍යංශ ඔක්කොම පිළිඅරන් තියෙනවා. ඒතකොට එතනින් එහාට මොකද්ද අලුත් පරීක්ෂණයක් කරන්නේ කොහමද මේක පස්සේ රටක් හරි වෙන බලවේගයක් හරි ඉන්නවද ආණ්ඩු පෙරලන්න යනවද අරවා මේ කතා ගොතන්නේ ඇයි? නෑ කතා ගොතන්නේ තවමත් නිශ්චිතව කවුරුත් කියලා නෑ මේක ISIS සංවිධානය හා සම්බන්ධයි කියලා. හිටපු හමුදාපතිතුමා විදියට කවුද දුන්න රිපෝට් එකේ තියෙන්නේ මේකට සම්බන්ධ ISIS කියලා. කොයි රිපෝට් එකද මට කරුණාකරලා කිව්වොත් මම ඒක පිළිගන්නවා. මේ පරීක්ෂණ පිළිගන්නේ නෑ ජනතාව පිළිගන්නේ නෑ මේ පරීක්ෂණ සාර්ථක නෑ කියලාද? නෑ මම මේව කිව්වේ නෑ මම හිතන්නේ ඔබතුමාට ආපහු රෙකෝඩ් කරලා බලුවොත් මම කිව්වේ මොකද්ද කියලා මම කිව්වේ මම කියන්නේ අනාගතෙත් මෙවැනි තත්ත්වයක් ඇති වෙන්න තියෙන ඉඩකඩ එන්න පුළුවන් කියන මතය තවමත් මිනිස්සු තුළ තියෙනවා. තවමත් මිනිස්සු කල්පනා කරන්නේ අපි 100%ක් මේ ඒ මතය මගෙත් තියෙනවා. අනාගතේ අනිවාර්යෙන් සිද්ධ වෙනවා. වෙන්න පුළුවන් නෙමෙයි. මේක වෙලා නැහැ කියන මතය අපි දිගටම කිව්වා. ඒතකොට මම කියන්නේ ඔබතුමාත් ඉන්නේ මගේ මතේ දැන්. නෑ මම ඔබතුමාගේ මතේ නෑ. මම කියන්නේ ඔබතුමා කියන අවුරුදු දෙකකින් මේක ඉවර කරන්න මං හිතන්නේ නෑ එහෙම තත්ත්වයක් තියෙනවා කියලා.
මෙතන රටවල් නම් අපිට කියන්න ස්වාසිලන්තයේද අර රටද මේ රටද කියලා ඒකෙන් ඉල්ලුවොත් ඒක අපේ ගවේෂණ උදව් වෙනවා. මට කියන්න බෑ මේ රටෙන් ගැහුවා අර රටෙන් ගැහුවයි කියලා. ඉතිහාසෙ ඉඳලා ගත්තාම හම්බන්තොට වරාය ඉදිකිරීම, හම්බන්තොට වරාය පැවරීම, නැගිටින ජටිය පැවරීම, ඊළඟට ත්‍රිකුණාමලයේ තෙල් ටැංකිය සම්බන්ධව තියලා තියෙන තත්ත්වයන්, ඊළඟ ත්‍රිකුණාමලයේ ඇති කරන්නවයි හදන්නවයි කියන විශාල ආර්ථික කලාපය, ඒකට අද ඇක්සා ගිවිසුම, සෝෆා ගිවිසුම, මිලෙනියම් චැලෙන්ජ් කෝපරේෂන් ගිවිසුම් මේ සියල්ල මත ඉතිහාස විශ්වාස කරන මේ රටේ බහුතර ජනතාවක් මේ රට යම් අර්බුදයකට මුහුණ දීලා තිබෙනවා කියලා වෙනදාට වැඩිය.
කුමන රටක් මේකට සම්බන්ධද කියලා ඔබතුමාට පැහැදිලිව කාරණා සහිතව කියන්න බෑ.
කියන්න බෑ.
පාස්කරදා සිද්ධීන් පසු ඇති වුණ පැවැත්වෙච්ච සෑම සිකියුරිටි කවුන්සිල් එකකටම සහභාගී වුණාද?
නෑ.
ඔබතුමාට කවුද ආරාධනා කරන්නේ?
අධිකරු ජනාධිපතිතුමා තමයි මට එන්න කිව්වේ.
විපක්ෂයේ මන්ත්‍රීවරුන් කී දෙනෙක් සිකියුරිටි කවුන්සිල් එකේ ඉන්නවද?
නෑ මෙහෙමයි. ඒක ප්‍රශ්නයක් නෙමෙයි. ජනාධිපතිතුමාට අවශ්‍ය නම් මොකද එතුමාගේ පක්ෂයේ යම් විශ්වාසවන්ත කීප දෙනෙක් නේ එතුමා කැඳවන්න ඕනේ. ඒක තුල ඇතුලේ
ජනාධිපතිතුමාට වුණත් ආරක්ෂක කවුන්සිලයට හිතෙන හිතනට කැඳවන්න බෑ. අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම රජය තුල පමණක් තිබිය යුතු දේවල්. ඒවා විරුද්ධ පක්ෂයට යන්න බෑ. ඒක තමයි පිළිගත් ක්‍රමවේදය ලෝකේ ඕන තැනක.
කොහේ හරි පොතක ලියවිලා තියෙනවද ඔබතුමා දැකලා තියෙනවද ආරක්ෂක කවුන්සිලයට කැඳවිලා යුත්තේ මෙන්න මේ කට්ටිය කියලා කොහේ හරි තියෙනවද කියලා කිව්වොත් මට කියන්න පුළුවන්. එහෙම හැකියාවක් නැහැ කියලා. ගැසට් එකකුත් තියෙනවා ආරක්ෂක කවුන්සිලේ ඉන්නේ කවුද කියලා. නමුත් ඒ ගැසට් එකේවත් නැහැ කොහෙවත් විරුද්ධ පක්ෂකයි කැඳවන්න කියලා කොහෙවත් නැහැ. ඒ කවුන්සිලයට සහභාගී වෙන කට්ටිය ඉන්නවනේ හමුදාපතිවරු, පොලිස්පතිවරු. ඒගොල්ලොන්ට කතා කිරීමේ නිදහස තිබිය යුතු තැන. නමුත් එතන විරුද්ධ පක්ෂය ඉන්නවා නම් ඒගොල්ලොන්ට ඒ නිදහස පාවිච්චි කරන්න බෑ. ඒ තමයි යථාර්ථය. ඉතින් ජනාධිපතිතුමාට ඔබතුමාට උගන්වන්න බැරි වෙයි කියලා මම විශ්වාස කරන්නේ. නමුත් ප්‍රශ්නේ තියෙන්නේ කොහේ හරි දැනක උගන්වනවා නෙවෙයි. කොහේ හරි දැනක තියෙනවද මට කරුණාකරලා කියන්න මෙන්න මේ ආරක්ෂක කවුන්සිලේ මේ ගණමන්තුමා මේ 1999 ගැසට් පත්‍රයක් තියෙනවා. ඒක නිශ්චිත පිරිසක් තමයි කැඳවලා තියෙන්නේ. නමුත් ඊට පස්සේ ඒක කාලීන වෙනස් වෙලා නැහැ.
Later, Senior Deputy Inspector General in charge of the Eastern Province, Kapila Jayasekara, appeared before the Parliamentary Select Committee, probing the attacks. He was questioned on his knowledge of the terror activities Easter Sunday attacks ringleader Zaharan Hashim engaged in during his time in the province.
සිද්ධ වෙන්නේ ඉස්සෙල්ලා පොලිස්පතිතුමා දැනුවත් කරලා ලිඛිතව දැනුම් දීමක් කරලා තිනවා මේ වගේ සිද්ධියක් වෙනවා කියලා. ඒකට ඒක පොලිස්පතිතුමා මම දන්න තරමින් නියෝජ්‍ය පොලිස්පතිවරුන්ට දැනුම් දීමක් කරලා තිබුණා. ඒකට ඒ කාලය තුල ඔබතුමා නියෝජ්‍ය පොලිස්පතිවරයා හිට ජේෂ්ඨ නියෝජ්‍ය පොලිස්පතිවරයා හිටපු නිසා ඔබතුමා දැනුවත් වුණාද? එතකොට ඒ පල්ලෙහෙන් හිටපු පොලිස් ආයතනයේ පිටුම දැනුවත් කරාද මේ වගේ සිද්ධියක් වෙනවා කියන කාරණේ?
නෑ ඒ සිද්ධිය සම්බන්ධයෙන් මට කිසිම දැනුවත් කිරීමක් කළා තිබුණා.
ඒ කියන්නේ දැන් පොලිස්පතිතුමා දැනුවත් කරපු එතුමාගේ නියෝජ්‍ය පොලිස්පතිවරුන් දැනුවත් කිරීමේ ඒ ලිපි ලේඛන ඔබතුමාට ලැබුණ නැහැ කියන එකයි ඔබතුමා කියන්නේ.
ඔබතුමා දැලන් හිටියද 2017 මාර්තුවේ ඉඳලා තීදිව්‍යානි කරගත් ත්‍රස්තවාදී සහරාන් එයා එල්ලීම සඳහා වරන්තුවක් තිබුණා කියලා 2017 මාර්තුවේ ඉඳලා. ඔව්.
දිනවරින්තක් තියෙනවා. සහරාන් කියන ඒ චරිතය ගැන එච්චර විශේෂ අවධානයක් ඒවකට තිබුණේ නැහැ. ඒකෝර ඇත්ත වශයෙන්ම තියෙනවා නම් ඒ වරෙන්තුවක් තියෙන පුද්ගලයෙක් පමණයි.
කියන්නේ ඔබතුමා කියන්නේ මේ සහරාන් හැංගුණාට පස්සේ එයා ත්‍රස්තවාදී කටයුතු කරගෙන යනවා කියලා කොහෙවත් බුද්ධිතොරතුරක්වත් ඔබතුමන්ලට ඒ පැත්තේ ආවේ නැහැ.
ලැබුණේ නැහැ.
මොකද එයා ඒ පැත්තේ හැංගිලා මඩකලපුව දිස්ත්‍රික්කයෙන් එළියට පැනලා සයින්ද වර්ග තියෙන අම්පාර දිස්ත්‍රික්කේ නේද? ඒ තමයි ඉඳගෙන ක්‍රියාත්මක වෙලා තියෙන්නේ.
පසුව
බුද්ධිතොරතුරක්වත් ආවේ නැහැ සහරාන්ගේ වැඩ කටයුතු ගැන ඒ කාලය තුල.
නෑ ඒ බුද්ධිතොරතුරක් ආවේ නැහැ. මොකද පළාතෙම බුද්ධි නිලධාරීන්ගේ සම්බන්ධින විශේෂ සාකච්ඡාවක් මන් තියලා තියෙනවා කාර්තුක පරිසරයක්. නමුත් ඒ කිසිම වාර්තාවක අපිට ඔය ත්‍රස්තවාදී හෝ එහෙම නැත්නම් ඔයගේ බරපතල ප්‍රචණ්ඩකාරී තත්ත්වයන් වාර්තා වෙලා නැහැ.
දී අංශවල කාර්යභාරයේ අසාර්ථකභාවයක් තිබිලා තියෙනවා.
බුද්ධ්‍යංශව අපි ක්‍රියාත්මක කිරීම නියමාකාරයෙන් කරා. නමුත් මම කියන්නේ බුද්ධ්‍යංශ වලට සාර්ථක තොරතුරු ලැබීමේ
ගැටලුවක් කියලා. නමුත් විද්‍යාශය කියන්නේ ලැබෙන දේවල් බාර ගන්න දෙයක් නෙවෙයිනේ. ප්‍රදේශයේ වෙන ඒවා සොයා ගැනීමනේ ඒගොල්ලෝගේ රාජකාරිය. ඒක කෙරලා නැහැනේ.
නෑ බුද්ධ්‍යංශ වලට සාර්ථක තොරතුරු ලැබීම ප්‍රමාණවත් වෙලා නැහැ කියන එක පිළිගන්න.
කොහේ හරි මේ පොඩි අර කනෙක්ෂන්ස් වල සම්බන්ධතාවයේ පොඩි දුර්වලතාවයක් තිබෙනවා. මේක පිළිගන්නවද?
ඔය තොරතුරු නොලැබීම ගැටලුවක්.
ඒතර මෙතෙන්දී අපිට පිළිගන්න ඕනේ. තුමාගේ විතරක් නෙවෙයි ඔය පැත්තේ යුද හමුදාත් ඉන්නවා. ඔක්කොම ඉන්න කොහොම හරි මේ ත්‍රස්තවාදීන්ට ඒ සියල්ලන්ගේම කණින් රෙංගලා මේ වැඩේ කරන්න පුළුවන් වුණා ඒ ප්‍රදේශයේ. ඒ කියන්නේ අනිවාර්යයෙන් පිළිගන්න වෙනවා අඩුපාඩුවක් තිබ්බා කියලා. ආරක්ෂක අංශවල සහ පොලිසිය.
මේ අලුත් නිර්මාණශීලී ප්‍රචණ්ඩත්වය පිළිබඳ දැනුමේ යම්කිසි අඩුපාඩුවක් තියෙන පුළුවන් අපේ නිලධාරීන්.
The new confidence motion brought against the government by the Janata Vimukti Peramuna was taken up for debate in Parliament today. The motion carries 12 allegations against the Prime Minister and the Cabinet over the Easter Sunday attacks.
This government does not have an ethical right to hold responsibilities over this country and its people. Therefore, we propose defeating this government and the dissolution of this parliament, paving way for a general election. This is a minority government with 106, while there are 118 in the opposition. So, this no confidence motion is brought against a minority government. Given the parliamentary composition, we believe we can win this motion. If opposition leader Mahinda Rajapaksa can convene all groups to which he gives leadership, and if TNA leader R. Sambandhan can stop supporting the government for once and take a decision to vote against the government during this disaster, this government can be defeated by tomorrow evening. If the government was unable to do anything to prevent the Easter attacks, they could have at least warned the Cardinal. The Cardinal says that he would have asked his flock to stay away from church. You are leaders who couldn't even undertake that responsibility. After this incident, the Prime Minister said that he wasn't convened to the Security Council, but he never made such an utterance before the incident. The PM tries very hard to protect the central bank, but does he not have a responsibility towards the Security Council? PM is a permanent member of the Security Council and attending it is his responsibility. If he is not attending it, he is bound to inform it to Parliament. Therefore, we believe the PM's negligence towards security contributed to this attack. After the attack, the leader of the House says that his security personnel asked him to work from home and that he didn't go to the ministry. So what should the people of the country be told? After the attack, intelligence units reported that there might be another attack in the same month. After that, the Prime Minister was asked not to be in Colombo. The PM left Colombo. That's the truth. So these are leaders who flee their own city when there is a whiff of an attack. If he didn't flee, ask him to deny it. They cannot guarantee the security of the public. All the answers to the questions raised by Anurag Disanayake is contained in what the magistrate said yesterday in this case. The magistrate says that it is imprudent to have sent the relevant information by the intelligence chief via WhatsApp message. So when looking at this no confidence motion, the Minister of Defence doesn't have a responsibility, and all fall on the Prime Minister, the Parliament and its members. Why is the Prime Minister singled out? This is a deliberate attempt to put the PM, the Cabinet and us in trouble. The verdict also says that the Defence Secretary does not have the power to convene the commanders of the tri-forces upon receiving such information. That power lies with the President. The Defence Secretary cannot take over powers of the Defence Minister.
In the meantime, the debate also yielded answers and assurances from the Prime Minister relating to the much talked about Status of Forces Agreement, or SOFA as it's better known. Premier Ranil Wickremesinghe insisted that such an agreement has not been inked with the United States as claimed by the media.
සෝෆා නමින් වන ගිවිසුම තවත් ශක්තිමත් කොට.
There are reports that the SOFA with the United States will be strengthened and signed. Has the Sri Lankan government agreed to such an agreement?
ශ්‍රී ලංකාණ්ඩුව එකගේ වියද්ද?
මේ 1996
This is not an agreement but an exchange of letters signed in 1996. This has been in existence and no one opposed this. That's the only SOFA in existence and the opposition is fear-mongering. It is the Ministry of Defence which overlooks this agreement. Therefore, I asked the Secretary of the Cabinet whether a proposal has been presented in Cabinet regarding this agreement. He informed me in writing that no such proposal was sent by the Defence Ministry or any other ministry. We have not passed a new agreement, but we are having discussions because we can't agree with some proposals in the new draft. We will not do anything which will affect either the independence or the sovereignty of the people. I saw media reports which say that this agreement is already signed. Please show such an agreement if there is one. The access signed under Gotabaya Rajapaksa with the United States consists of 7 pages, but the one we signed only has 5. This shows that we have reduced some of its content. Tell us how can the one with 5 pages be more harmful than the one with 7? The only issue we had was a US citizen signing it. The US Army doesn't need to have access to our country. If a nuclear-powered supercarrier like Ronald Reagan arrives in the country, around 90 aircraft will accompany it. Where in Sri Lanka can 90 such aircraft be accommodated? We have not signed a SOFA and we even have issues with that. I would like to say that the Millennium Challenge Corporation is only a tool to get foreign aid. We will send it to Parliament after it passes in Cabinet. Arguments such as a 5-paged agreement is better than the 7-paged agreement are not valid. The content should be the gauge. Will the document you provide us include the amendments as well as annexures?
ඔක්කොම ඇතුළත් කරලා වෙනස්කම් එක්කම සභාවට මම බාර දෙනවා.
In other local news, the European Union's counter-terrorism coordinator Gilles de Kerchove will visit Sri Lanka and the Maldives from tomorrow to the 16th of this month. A statement by the delegation of the European Union to Sri Lanka and the Maldives read that the visits aim to support the two countries in their respective efforts to step up security and develop a better exchange of experiences. While in Sri Lanka, de Kerchove will meet high-level representatives of the Sri Lankan government, the opposition and the defence establishment, as well as with civil society representatives. He will also meet representatives of the diplomatic community in Sri Lanka. Gilles de Kerchove has been the EU's counter-terrorism coordinator since year 2007. Former parliamentarian Vinayagamurthy Muralidharan backs former president and opposition leader Mahinda Rajapaksa to come back to power. Addressing a meeting with the opposition leader today, the former parliamentarian went on to say that only Mahinda Rajapaksa has the trust of the people.
A meeting was held between former parliamentarians, provincial council members and opposition leader Mahinda Rajapaksa at the Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna head office today.
Because our excellency finished the board, more than 10 years, nothing happened to our country. No any one concerto, one bomb blast or nothing. After this government came, they want to revenge us, everyone. I also went to the prison. Because everybody went to the prison. That is only their focus. They never care about the national security. They destroy the military intelligence, they destroy the TID, they arrested all the army people. What happened now? Now many bomb blasts happened, we lost many lives. Most of the people are Tamil people, even everywhere. Church in Vatican, we lost everything. Now that's what people are now expecting again. Our excellency has to come. When he come only, Tamil people are, everybody are talking about the excellency. We need him like that, no terrorist.
General Secretary of the organisation Sinhala Rava, Venerable Maga Kande Sugathathera, made a written request to the Attorney General's Department today. Sugathathera requested to know whether the former Attorney General had acted on file compiled by the Terror Investigation Division in 2017 on activities related to ringleader of the Easter Sunday attack Zaharan Hashim and his followers.
A 300-page file titled EER 2017 was directed to the Attorney General on the 7th of June 2017 for his advice. This file contained information on activities of Zahran and his followers. So, why didn't the Attorney General respond to this information? We asked this Attorney General's department, which always demands the arrest of the IGP and the former Defence Secretary, that shouldn't the former Attorney General also be arrested? The Defence Secretary too is accused of his negligence by not acting after he received necessary intelligence information. But the fact here is that they received this information in 2019 while the Attorney General received them back in 2017. Who are they trying to protect here? The Attorney General's department must tell the country as to what happened to the file EER 8/2017.
The Attorney General today requested the Chief Justice to appoint a special trial at bar at the Gampaha Magistrates Court to hear the case pertaining to the Ratapaswala shooting. The case is being heard before the Gampaha Magistrates Court. On the 1st of August in 2013, army personnel opened fire at unarmed locals at Valiveria, killing 3 and injuring several others as they protested against a factory which they said polluted their groundwater. And Vice-Chancellor of the University of Ruhuna today announced that the university will be closed from 4 p.m. until further notice. The decision was taken owing to a clash between the students' union and the non-academic staff. The two groups got into a brawl yesterday as an argument escalated. The Vice-Chancellor had held discussions with the non-academic staff of the university on the matter, and the non-academic staff had refused to report to work until the issue is resolved. Security forces have also beefed up security at the university premises with police officers and army personnel deployed. And we'll return with your business and international news after this short break. Welcome back. The Ministry of Tourism Development has plans to introduce visa-free arrivals for tourists from many countries around the world from the 1st of May with the intention of boosting tourists' numbers during lean months. However, that scheme had to be halted following the Easter Sunday attacks. The ministry, however, recently announced that the service will make a comeback from the 1st of next month. That said, a high security system will be in place to identify any malicious passengers arriving in the island. Speaking at a media briefing held in Colombo today to announce the move taken by the government, Managing Director of the Sri Lanka Tourism Promotion Bureau, Johan Jayaratne, noted that a positive number amounting to 3,700 tourist arrivals were recorded just on Sunday, spelling an upturn in arrivals.
The news that I'm getting in the last 24 hours is that the airlines are very, very positive on this. We will definitely be seeing an increase in frequencies, and instead of doing a blanket discount, we have formulated a percentile based on the type of aircraft that's coming in as well as the frequency. So that's the formula that's being followed. With regard to fuel, it was decided that we look at the fuel pricing in Chennai, which is a median price for India, and we found that that would be the best price point for us to follow. With regard to the embarkation levy, which was at $50, was increased by $10 at the last budget discussions, but we were able to keep that at $50. All of these would relate to about a 20 to 25% reduction in overall operations of an airline. This should help us to further encourage tourists to come into the country. I'm also very happy to say as of Sunday, we recorded a 3,700 plus tourist arrival number as of Sunday. That's just for Sunday. Our median arrival numbers for that period was about 7,000 in 2018. So we are very well on the path. I wouldn't even say recovery. I think we are very well on the path to reaching the numbers that we intended to reach. Perhaps not the 3 million, but we will at least reach somewhere close to where we were in 2018. Just as of the end of May, we exceeded the 1 million mark as far as tourist arrivals were concerned. So if you were to look at it from a very, very conservative standpoint, at 60,000 arrivals a month for the next 6 months, we will top 2 million. We'll be somewhere in the 2 million to 2,100,000, 2,200,000 kind of range. And last year in 2018, we had a 2.33 million to be exact. We will continue to very, very aggressively market the destination. No other plans that we had in the past has been changed. We look forward to keeping the pace, keeping the pressure up from a marketing standpoint, and making sure that the recovery continues at the pace that it is happening. In the meantime, we are also aggressively moving the domestic tourism market as well, with all the discounts that are being offered by the hotels and the restaurants.
Most airlines very unfortunately had to cancel many flights, including Emirates. We had to cancel 40 plus flights from that particular day. But today, we are back on track with 4 flights a day. Not only Emirates, talking of other airlines, now we have the confidence to come back and to retain. What we have been observing for the high season, meaning from September, October, November, December till about March, we observed a little bit of a dip. However, this will also influence us to get our lost passengers back again. The bookings what we had prior to the incident, and there were some cancellations. However, the month of July, we have not seen any cancellations for the future. We also have seen a slight pickup for October, November, December.
Also in business news, the Board of Investment has signed an agreement with Hellman MS Supply Chain Private Limited for an expansion unit for a logistics centre. The existing facility is now expanded to provide additional services to an evolving successful partnership supporting a leading global sports and activewear brand. The agreement was signed by the Chairman of the Board of Investment, Mangalayapa, and Directors of Hellman MS, Shirendra Lawrence and Jahan Mutalif. Germany's Hellman Worldwide Logistics and MAS Holdings signed an agreement in January last year to set up a joint venture for logistics and supply chain related activities. Taking you to the Colombo Stock Exchange, equities rose for the second straight session today to a near 12-week closing high as investors bought diversified stocks as ahead of a key policy rates announcement. Tomorrow, the all-share price index hit its highest close since the 18th of April, with the ASPI ending up 0.13% to 5,521.83. Turnover was 543.3 million rupees, in line with this year's daily average of about 542 million rupees. Foreign investors in the meantime sold a net 267 million rupees worth of shares, extending the year-to-date net foreign outflow to 7.24 billion rupees. We have a brief report with Hiruni Pereira.
Today, both capital market witnessed a positive sentiment. Secondary market witnessed buying interest, with the yield curve witnessing a slight downward shift across the board, with the overall market witnessing moderate volume. At the bill auction today, yields continue to dip, with one-year bill recording a decline to near 3.5-year low. The equity market both ended in the positive territory for the second day on the gains made by Carson's and Bookie, with 33% of the turnover was derived from the parcel trades in big cap John Kills, while net foreign outflow was witnessed for the second consecutive day with high foreign participation.
Taking into the currency market, the Sri Lankan rupee closed firm at 175.50 to 67 cents against the US dollar, compared with yesterday's close at 175.70 to 80, as dollar sales by banks surpassed importer greenback demand. Here's a look at your foreign exchange rates. Let's find out the latest development overseas after this short break. Kim Darroch has resigned as UK's ambassador to the United States amid a row over leaked emails critical of President Donald Trump's administration. The ambassador was criticised by the US president after emails emerged calling his administration clumsy and inept. The Foreign Office praised Kim's professionalism and class. The ambassador said he wanted to put an end to speculation, adding that the leak had made it impossible to do his job. In response to the resignation letter, Sir Simon MacDonald, Permanent Undersecretary and head of the diplomatic service, described the leak as malicious. Theresa May said that it was a matter of great regret that Darroch felt the need to resign, saying officials needed to be able to give full and frank advice. UN expert Agnes Callamard warns that the US must act on a report into Saudi journalist Jamal Khashoggi's death last October, saying that silence is not an option. Her inquiry concluded that Khashoggi's death at the Saudi embassy in Istanbul was an extrajudicial execution. She said that the US should conduct an FBI or civil law investigation, urging the US to declassify its intelligence on the killing, and said that Washington was not at the top of the cooperation chain. Here, her 101-page report published in June said there was credible evidence that Saudi Arabia's Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman and other high-level officials were individually liable for the killing of Jamal Khashoggi. Australia announces that it will hold a national vote within 3 years on whether to include the recognition of Indigenous people in the country's constitution. The issue has spurred decades of civil unrest in the country. Australia has struggled to reconcile with descendants of its first inhabitants who arrived on the continent some 5,000 years before British colonists, but are not recognized in the country's constitution. Among overwhelming public support, the country's first Indigenous Australian to hold the position of Minister for Indigenous Australians, Ken Wyatt, promised a referendum before 2022, adding that he seeks recognition that strengthens this nation. Taking you to the Cricket World Cup, over to the ICC World Cup, where the first semi-final was spread across 2 days, but it was worth the wait. New Zealand, typical underdogs at any tournament they play in, rolled India over to book a place in the final to play for cricket's greatest trophy. After rain interrupted play yesterday with Black Caps on 211 runs for the loss of 5 wickets in 46.1 overs, they added a further 28 runs in the tally today to finish on 239 for 8. New Zealand bowled brilliantly to disrupt India's start and continued to take wickets at regular intervals. Although MS Dhoni and Ravindra Jadeja threatened to take the game away from the Black Caps, in the end it was all too much for India as they were all out 18 runs short of the target. And there were no men in action at Wimbledon yesterday, but performances in the Women's Championship more than made up for it. Home favourite Joanna Konta's dreams of winning the home Grand Slam came to a meek end, but 2 of the tournament favourites, Simona Halep and Serena Williams, marched on.
Serena Williams clubbed her way into the Wimbledon semi-finals, draining the last drop of fight from fellow American Alison Riske before sealing a 6-4, 4-6, 6-3 win in a rip-roaring centre court contest yesterday. She charged over the finish line after more than 2 hours on court, bringing up match point when Riske netted a forehand before delivering an ace, her 19th of the match. Former world number one Simona Halep, meanwhile, reached her second Wimbledon semi-final after overcoming an early onslaught to deliver another textbook example of match-play tennis and dispatch China's unseeded Zhang Zhuai 7-6, 6-1. Seventh-seed Halep is bidding to reach the Wimbledon final for the first time, having lost to Eugenie Bouchard in the last four in 2014.
The Lanka IOC also has made changes to fuel prices. Stay with AdaDerana 24 and follow us on our SMS service and www.adaderana.lk for the very latest. I'm Indivri Amwatha.